Hello, good morning. Welcome to a brand new week. So today I am going to do my 100-day project. Those of you that have seen will know that I'm doing tea bag art. And now that hubby's changed his tea bags, they're all round. So we haven't got the little square ones anymore. But I have got, tea leaf, these beautiful vintage style, well, I suppose they're more drawings than photographs. Characters of London. There you go. And what I thought was, we could make a little book. So I've got this craft card, and I've worked out that this circle is smaller than my tea bag. So I'm going to do a front cover, back cover, and 1, 2, I think probably 4 pages, 3, 4 pages. Okay, I now need to open up my tea bag. So I'm just going to get my scalpel in here and try, rather than cutting it, to just open that pressed seam that you get. Is this working? No, it is actually cutting it because the scalpel is beautifully sharp. So let's try with my fingers. I trust you're all happy, safe and well. Had a great weekend with friends and family. Sorry to those of you that may have had to work. As you can see, there's still tea coming out of here, and I'm not necessarily pulling this apart very well, but hey, you know, it is what it is. And I can hear the rubbishman coming down the road, so I hope Boo doesn't go off alarming in a moment. And I'm sure you can hear hubby on the phone working away upstairs. So there we go. Just brush out those extra tea leaves. Now they're obviously not perfectly round, but I quite like that, really. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my cover. So I'm just going to glue up my card like so, and I'm going to glue on my front cover, the front of the tea bag. So there's my front cover, okay, like that. Now I'm going to do my back covering, exactly, get the scalpel out of the way before I slice my finger off. Back cover exactly the same way, like so. So now we've got a front and a back to our little round book. Okay, and now I want to chop out some of these images, but I am mindful that this round punch is not the best punch in the world, so I'm going to put a back in before I punch. As a little tip for you, if you've got a punch that's a little bit temperamental, it's often temperamental because what you're doing is thin. These punches work best on card. So what I always do is I've just folded an old book page in half, and then I'm just going to punch out what I want, because that extra layers, couple of extra layers, make it punch. So okay, so we've got 2 images. get rid of those, and I'm going to do that again because obviously I need more images than that. So that is probably not going to reach, so we tear off the excess piece and we are going to punch out our images. I just think they're really cute. They're semi-cartoonish. They're awesome. They almost look like they would have come from something like a Punch magazine. I don't know that they did. I mean, I've just bought them on a disc of old London Images. So we've got, this will be page 1. This will be page 2, page 3, page 4. Okay, and then we'll do these as well. So I actually only need one of those, don't I? We'll do these as well. Like so. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it, really? A little glimmer of history in a recycled tea bag. That is what I am doing today. Very simple tool. Obviously, if you've got standard square tea bags, you could cut these very simply. You wouldn't need to fuss around like this. Okay, so that's going to go on that side. That's going to go on that side. Sorry, postman. Right, and then this is going to be our inside front and inside back cover. That's how we're going to deal with that. So we're going to fold our sheet in half again. This is obviously just to get the strength. If you haven't got a fussy punch, then you won't have to do this. And there's, sorry about the noise outside, that's obviously the rubbish man banging around, but they do an awesome job, so we mustn't knock it. And for a change, Boo's up with Dad in the office, so she's not barking. Okay, so this is where we need to work out where our join's going to be, and I want my join obviously to be there where there's excess tea bag. Okay, so this is the back, and I'm going to put my, I'm going to do a little bit of inking. Oops, flying pencil. Do you have flying pencils and flying glue in your craft room, or am I the only lucky one? So we'll do a little bit of inking up the edge because they are a little bit sort of white, these images, and we're putting it on the craft card and the dark tea bag. So now the only thing here is obviously making sure that you get your picture up the right way, because you don't want to turn over the page and realise that one's upside down. So there's that back cover. Okay, and then we'll do our next one. So not much to tell really today. We did have a lovely weekend. We went to my youngest daughter's. She's the one that always seems to supply the birthday cakes. So we went to my youngest daughter's. We took my eldest daughter and her daughter, and we had a fabulous time. We had cake and I had presents. Not that that's what's made it fabulous. What made it fabulous was that the weather was dry, so we got to go out in the garden, and my grandson had been to a friend's house for a party. His friend had had a birthday party, and they'd had a magician there who was making paper aeroplanes. Well, I love a paper aeroplane, didn't think it was that magic, but anyway, So he was telling Grandad all about this paper aeroplane game they were playing at this party. And so everybody had to have a paper aeroplane, and we had to have a challenge to see who could send their paper aeroplane the furthest. Well, I have never seen five adults and 3 children have so much fun with 8 pieces of folded up A4 paper. Amazing, absolutely amazing. We had a fabulous time. We was giggling a lot, and then of course it all started. Oh look, I haven't inked that one, I have to ink it afterwards. It's because I'm talking. It all went awry because the men got very, very competitive, and the paper aeroplanes were ending up in next door's garden and stuck in bushes. It was great. We had a great time. See, innocent, harmless fun with just bits of paper. It was awesome. So that was that. And then we came home. Quite chilly by then, because although it was dry, it wasn't really that warm. We'd been out in the garden for quite a long time. So we hunkered down and found a fabulous film. So that was Saturday, which was absolutely awesome. I feel like these are all off screen, you can't see them now. Can you see them? Yes, I think you can see them. So that was Saturday, which was lovely. And then yesterday, hubby decided he was going to go and wash the car and all that kind of stuff. So I just basically played with some paper. I got my swap made because I've just been added to Helen's group after I commented on the video last week. So I made that swap. The other birthday giveaway winner got in touch, so I was able to get that packaged up for her. So yeah, it was all good. Did a bit of stitching. So good time was had by all, I think. Got a nice clean shiny car. But he was pretty frozen by then, so the plan that he had of then going to the garden and getting the garden tidied up just didn't materialise really. By the time he'd warmed back through from washing the car, even though he'd been, you know, to the garage and had it done, he hadn't done it himself. We then got sort of lazy, you know how you do, and we watched TV, and that was that. Right, so that's going to go on there. All those lovely old documents that I managed to haul last week have all now been scanned and popped into my Etsy shop. So if you are looking for, you know, some vintage stuff, or you want to get your hands on them, they are now up and ready for the use of. Okay, now this is the back, and then we've got this page. Make sure we get them up the right way. We've got this page, and then we've got the front. But actually the front's going to become back, isn't it? Never mind. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stitch it. So I need my little hole punch, this pink one. This little tiny one. I mean, you could do it with a needle, really, if you wanted to. Don't know if this is going to go through them all. We're about to find out. Oh, yes. Do you know, it might be tiny hole. This is a really good punch. I'm really, really glad that I bought this when I did. Just make sure I've got that in there. Oh. Really? We nearly did it. There we go. So now I've got two little holes there. I'm going to find my needle case, which you've seen. Oh, let's go for this like burgundy red, shall we? That you've seen many times, and look at the state of it. I seriously need... Oh, we'll use this one as it's threaded, shall we? Yeah. Seriously need to sort this out. So I'm going in from the, what's now the front, across the back, back to the front, give that a little tug, and then obviously just tie him up. Now, of course, you could have done this with any papers. I just wanted to play with those London Images. Now, make sure before you tie a knot that you can open your little book. This might be a little bit stuck because it's the glue's wet. That page, and then that page. So we have got enough room there. So that is where I'm going to tie my knot. I'm quite fumble fist-handed at this, to be honest. My hands were not designed to do tiny works. Okay, I'll trim this off like so. Get rid of the needle. So now we've got this lovely little scraggly book, and we're going to need, look at that, a little tea bag book. I just think that's awesome. I just need a title really for there. So there was words on here, so let's see what we could use. I'm going to use that London Characters. So we use the tear ruler. Like so, and then our 13th, unlucky for some and all that, our 13th 100-day project of the tea bag art is this little tea bag book. So then I've got this little bit. I'm just putting a little bit of ink around that. I'm going to need to prop this book open to make sure it doesn't stick to itself till that glue is properly dry, but that's no problem, is it? Run, whoops. See, I'm all fingers and thumbs. Look, oh my goodness. Right. We'll put that across there like that, and that just says London Characters. I think it says number 5, and we have got all of these little pages. Look at that. Awesome, yeah? So there you are. I'll leave it open so you can look at it. And that's my 100-day project, number 13, tea bag book. Stay safe. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.